Hi, I'm Jim Franks, and you're listening to Verse by Verse. If you were asked what is the most difficult book of the Bible to understand, I'm confident that if Revelation wasn't your first answer, that it would certainly be in your top three. The very name itself is confusing. The English name of the book of Revelation comes from the Greek word apocalypsis. In Thayer's, the term is defined as an uncovering, disclosure. In Strong's, we read, disclosure of truth or instruction concerning things before unknown. In the New International Dictionary of New Testament Theology and Exegesis, we find an unveiling or bringing to light that which was hidden, used of the disclosure of divine truth. From these sources, we should be able to conclude that this book will reveal something to us that we have not known before. Yet most people find themselves more confused after reading Revelation than they were before. I'd like to begin by reading from the introductory article to the book as it is written in the New King James Version of the Bible. Here's what it says. Although there are numerous prophecies in the Gospels and epistles, Revelation is the only New Testament book that focuses primarily on prophetic events. Its title means unveiling or disclosure. Thus, the book is an unveiling of the character and plan of God. Penned by John during his exile on the island of Patmos, Revelation centers around visions and symbols of the resurrected Christ, who alone has authority to judge the earth, to remake it, and to rule it in righteousness. The title of the book in Greek is Apocalypsis Iohannou, or Revelation of John. A better title comes from the first verse, Apocalypsis Jesus Christou, the revelation of Jesus Christ. This introduction is indeed revealing. The book of Revelation is the revelation of Jesus Christ and not John. John was the instrument that Christ used, but the words came from Jesus Christ. In this episode of our podcast, I want to address the very first two verses of the book of Revelation. These verses set the stage for what is to follow. Revelation chapter 1, verses 1 through 2. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave him to show his servants things which must shortly take place. And he sent and signified it by his angel to his servant John, who bore witness to the word of God and to the testimony of Jesus Christ, to all things that he saw. Now, this is the introduction to the book as written by John. Clearly, John states that this is the revelation of Jesus Christ and not of John. In the New King James Version, the name of the book is listed as the revelation of Jesus Christ, which is correct. And we're told that this is the revelation of things that must shortly take place. Well, what does that mean? The margin of the New King James Version has this instead of must shortly take place. It uses the words quickly or swiftly. There's an important difference between something that will be shortly as opposed to something that will be soon, and, of course, when you compare those two to the word quickly. The proper understanding of this verse from the Greek is that we are not talking about events that will happen in the near future. After all, these words were written by John almost 2,000 years ago. That could hardly be classified as shortly or soon. But the word quickly or swiftly conveys the speed once these things begin happening. In other words, once these events begin, their fulfillment will not take long for them to be completed. It is a reference to the speed of fulfillment and not the timing of when they will be fulfilled. So we are still looking for the fulfillment of these prophecies in the book of Revelation. But we have confidence that once they begin to unfold, the time will be very short. It will be quickly. That is the point. These first two verses set the stage for the final fulfillment of these prophecies in the time of the end. There is a lot more coming in the book of Revelation, but we will save that for another day.
Verse by Verse is a Life, Hope, and Truth podcast. Check out the show notes to find more free content, like videos, articles, and booklets in our Learning Center.